even though they did put the wall on B, they see Scary, they're like, okay, we're not gonna challenge Scary. We know what exactly he can bring to the table, and we're not gonna risk it.
Oh, he's tagged out and he goes back instantly. Yep, Egos is gone. Well, they already lost Vera very early on. This is actually rare to see Vera on the race. Maybe something different here. Usually we see him on the jet and his icebox, but not to harp on that so far. Right now, he's on in, and they've got this plant now with this ice wall. Usually in the pistol rounds, making so much impact and delaying this retake.
That wall bought them a lot of time, and that's the power of a Sage in the early gun rounds. Not only is it good for those post-plant situations, but it also is good for buying some time. Immediately the wall breaks, but they have a crossfire immediately on top of ramps as well. And Juicy coming from the side, right click by Egoist, 3K for him. And that is a great round number 1 for
Our timings and their comms were actually pretty perfect on that part. And now with both teams actually going for this anti-egos now, this is actually crucial. Any team that loses this will be on the back end, not once but twice. This is crazyguy makes a difference here. His drone is already expended. Recon still available if anything. Boombot gone. Rinse and repeat. No one's flanking or anything. Deryeon opens hot. Tempz gone.
It's a big shot. And the Tempz is gone. They don't have that Sage wall, but nephh and Vera trade one each. Juicy strikes back with no Vera, no more damage, no more heavy hitters. It looks like for Bleed, they're gonna think about either cutting the noise and just faking a rotate or just holding on and coming back onto A.
This is respectable because both teams have 3 members left alive and resetting at the same time. So you can tell like the push and pull, they are on equal grounds right now. But of course there is a weapon deficit because nephh only has the Sheriff. But if you get a perfect headshot, suddenly Bleed might be in a lot of trouble if you choose a weapon.
They are... It's a noise. I'm pretty sure nephh did hear it. He's gonna try and get those shots. Unfortunately, whiffs. Gonna have to respect it and give away that space. Juicy, very aggressive, gets the high ground, gets the pick onto Chrysania. Huge, has a cross with his teammate as well. nephh eating up so much damage, not able to get the top of the head, and crazyguy cancels him out. It's still a 3-on-1 situation. Egoist, what are you gonna do?
This is very commanding now for Bleed because not only they forced this the anti-eco when they lost the first round, they are carrying a lot of them forward.
Oh, they saw him.
I like how they seem be like, okay, we're back and we just play host.
I mean, I think this is what I really liked about usual strat. Go quiet, try and figure out where exactly everyone is, and then move on to those very, very aggressive, explosive plays. And here comes the Hunters, furious. Egoist finds Deryeon, that's huge. And Juicy, Scary, 1 each, and Vera takes 1 down.
Yeah, does Vera have a weapon though? I didn't get to see it. Instant shot, but Juicy with the Empress showing him who's the king/queen. SF is only last man standing. He can still make this work, but the tight angle that he is holding up on these rafters, and nephh needs to have 2 angles to look. Juicy, perfect movement, and they can just wait to hold his post on. They don't even need to force the issue.
Juicy, repositioning, doesn't want to play too close because he doesn't want to be in a situation where he can be swung at and just tapped. And you also have no idea where nephh might be. Are you going to go flank? Are you going to go main? And nephh has to force this. Gets 1! Very cheeky on the rope. Immediately not sure if he's actually in the backside or not. No idea that crazyguy is just playing for post.
Oh, not only is playing for post, he also has a Hunter's Fury, but he may just not need it. He's already given nephh the information he requires.
Waste your time is actually the name of the game. He gets the recon, wastes his time, breaks the recon. Crazyguy not over peeking here. Gonna swing out. He knows that he's running out of time. He wins it, but unfortunately he does not get the round.
1-4 in, and really...
This is smart. I mean, personally, I would like to see walls used for post-plant, but I think for X10, the idea is to deny them entry onto site itself. Vera forced to reposition because of that drone, but look at nephh, pushing up forward, gets 1, runs for his life. I think that's all that he needs. Push-pull situation. Sometimes all you need is just a frag. They're gonna break that owl drone, and Egoist and him holding out a double situation here, and suddenly Bleed is stuck on spawn. They can't go anywhere because X10 is pushing them from 3 whole different areas.
You know, I kind of foresee it being a B push. Yeah, if they can make it a B2B.
Oh, that's beautiful from Chrysania, but there is going to be a trade. Regardless, here is Daryeon just trying to get some information. Does hear the footsteps coming on by his teammates. They know that he's just close by just to clear out those kitchens. And here comes the Viper Split, the very famous area that gives you so much control of sight, and Daryeon does get Tempz out of the way.
Yeah, this is a level 2 plant for kitchen, I think. Oh no! He might have spotted nephh out there. Yeah, he is. He can't risk it. He only has 2 knives left. You can see Deryeon with a smirk on his face. He's not committing to that just yet.
Just trying to get those frags. He's playing in a very controlled manner. Does not want to go down. Unfortunately, does. That buddy system coming in from nephh and his teammate not allowing him the space to actually get those frags. Egoist gets one more. Egoist and nephh has been really showing up here in terms of getting that information and reacting to it. crazyguy with a 1-tap onto Vera. And nephh, where are you gonna go? Hard to really see anything. They know where exactly he is. A crazyguy and his teammate gonna go for a pincer. Spots out one. Unfortunately, nephh finds JayH, clears it out, but no time to win around once again. Playing aggressive, not challenging. They're really changing the way they play, but Ego wins! What a play! Using the nano swarms before going down to JayH. 2 picks, huge.
I don't know how. He's always to get this 2 for 1 and he's only working out for X10. Let's see if it's enough though for this retake because Juicy has now become an Empress. sScary holding his pulse. I think Tempz heard him. And sScary's just faster on the trigger. Down to 3-on-3 now. Vera's in. He's playing level 2 with his operator, peeking out onto it a little bit. He needs to play off with the rest of his teammates. Is it going to be enough? nephh starts on one hot. That's Juicy out of the picture. And JayH is also gone. There's only one man that's standing, and it's sScary potentially with a lineup.
He does know Chrysania is pushing up. He has no choice but to fight. He still gets it. He still gets a snake bite down. One more to go. He has to push out. Pros going fake, and he still gets another one. sScary.
Bleed might just come back and regain momentum. They need to keep this up.
There we go. crazyguy popping that shot right as the revive happens. Egoist gets one, but going to be trading out by 2 of the other Bleed members. Still a 2 versus 3, 1 man down, and Egoist gonna just equalize that set. No, we're gonna play on equal grounds.
I mean, this is kind of risk scary still for Juicy. He is cracked and he is jacked. Dear Lord. X10, you're letting it go. Bleed right now is trying to make this push out and his swing. Vera, they gets one, but the rest of Bleed will start to wipe down because Egoist and Vera is also gone. Now X10 has that man disadvantage here. nephh lays down the spray. Took a little while. Takes him out. Chrysania. Insania manages to maybe try to save this team. There's a word that he just dies from fall damage, but
5 HP, has to be careful. Does get the plant, gonna be going default here. As sScary, it's a little bit hard to play at this angle, but I think everyone is looking towards screens. Does not aware that he is actually close. All he has to do, he does have his orb down, and he's gonna get 1, gets 2, beautifully done, twice in a row. Bleed got
Bleed is just absolutely perfect.
Juicy immediately taking up that space, gets the first pick and moves away from Hunter's Fury. Another Lear just gonna help them out here, but because of those smokes, not giving the advantage, but gonna be traded out at least. Chrysania for Vera, crazyguy goes down, and Deryeon gets a tap onto nephh.
This is a good angle. Even the wall was up, he still manages to find the kill.
I think Deryeon knows he's there.
I mean, he has to. There's nowhere they can run. It's 4-on-2. They heard a bunch of commotion. And the rest of Bleed should be able to feel free to kind of make this rotation.
Egoist, oh, there we go. Vera was not aware. Thought that Deryeon had moved away. Egoist good for 1, good for 2. And suddenly he's whittling down the numbers before Deryeon stops it. But this time, for Bleed, no way! The aggression coming through from Egoist and Vera, but crazyguy says no, takes one back in return as Egoist finds crazyguy in return as well. And Deryeon wasn't able to get the value from the shorty.
When they have this plant, means there's more credits. Although Deryeon can be sharp.
Sorry, it wasn't Deryeon, it was actually Juicy, my bad.
Oh, Juicy? It's alright, both of them are fraggers. You know what, we just interchange them, right? Easy. Well, it's easy to forget that we are only on map number 2, and it felt like, you know, a lot of the days have gone by today already. I hope you guys are enjoying this series so far. We are still just about the very beginning.
I think what's really good here is the fact that for Deryeon and his teammates, they just try to get that value. Deryeon got 1, but nephh a little bit faster there. It doesn't really matter if they do go down, but look at his buddy system here. They take up mid. Immediately, Chrysania gonna go explosive, puts up the smokes, gonna just zone them out with the fragment as well as the shock dart. And here comes Juicy with the up, finds Chrysania. That's a smoke out of the way. Juicy, not good for 2, but here goes once again. There we go. That's the 2 we're talking about. Juicy so very low. Can he get one more?
That flick was absolutely pixel perfect onto the dice area. And they know Ego is his last man standing. 3 crosshairs onto him. Man, you have to deal with
running out of
4.
time.
Yeah.
There's no way he can do anything.
Had a lot of good value and chase with it.
Oh, man.
This is called Caster's Curse. The moment I say no value, Juicy opens it.
Juicy with the aggression works out with his playstyle, but there is going to be a trade. It's going to be Scary. Now, without any smokes, it's going to be a problem here. Scary still finds one, and Juicy finds another one in return. Still holding the area. Lane is fully controlled. And with the null command as well, the problem is they're not able to use their utilities. And I'm worried for Bleed that this might be their win condition.
Man advantage after so long. Chrysania gets absolutely wall banged to the life of him. Yeah. Neff left, and he doesn't even have to spike. To the wire, showing discipline to see who comes on top first. Then Link is next onto Neff, and Juicy finally taken down. The return is good, and he could get a second life if the system calls for it. 15 seconds left on the clock. They can't even make it down on side. This cage is buying so much time. Crazyguy keeping it alive, and he needs to play. He's on wallbang now. Vera makes shot. One of him is 5 seconds left. This is down to the wire. Please, Scary is coming in. Neff is trying to cover for his teammate, and he manages to get the spike down.
Neff has just do the multi-frags, and Neff with 3.
And now here, open it again. This is a 3 push, but Andriyana might be committing here. This is a Hunter's Fury available for commission. I don't think it's actually tagging onto Vera. He sidestepped like a god. And but then he's supposed to fight Tempz somehow, though. That's a pretty strange pick.
Probably got stuck somewhere out of the way. Regardless, immediately Chrysania gonna go for that door break. Just gonna be waiting here. Cut the noise. But we all know Neff tried to pop that, and Deryeon immediately gets all the positions of the players. Got 2 in his pocket already.
Oh yeah, they want to stop this bleeding.
Right here.
Because the only ones they can do bleeding is themselves, right? Or so they say. 5 members left alive. You need to point that out too. It's been a while where Bleed was able to assume control of all situations and objectives.
Wait, look at them together there.
Yeah.
Firing. Hold onto the area. It's gonna be Scary and JayH, 1 each. That's a beautiful flash onto mid.
I know exactly.
And actually, I don't think that Vera knew where to look. He had no idea that they are pushed up from top cat.
Deryeon. I mean, he got scanned, right? Oh, never mind. They got inside. Okay, that's fine. But I didn't really see how X10 just completely melted up there at main. I don't even know they will want this retake.
I think they're just looking to save right now. It's a little bit hard to counter that. Given the fact, like, look at how fast that was from Bleed. Usually they take their time on main, but this time they're like, okay, usually we're getting flanked. What we're going to do is we're going to go top cat and immediately flash and just spray out. Gets 2 rushes onto the side.
Can we just point out that was a KO knife lineup all the way from A, and it scanned both of them. They are on the hunt. Oh no, Tempz and Ego is in a lot of trouble. Even a recon is up. Ego is
taking so much damage as Tempz still gets 1. JayH trades it out, but the damage is done. As Crazyguy seals it all down. He's been overwhelming them. Immediately null command popped, smokes down, and even the fragment just to take up that space. And Juicy gonna lead the charge here, letting his teammate go up first, but Chrysania was anticipating that Jay trades it out. Jay good for 2.
Damn, he's pretty sharp on there because nephh should have laid it. Only 1 bullet tags up onto Scary. 2 on 2 still doable. Tempz with an Odin. This retake gonna be really scary. He's got the recon up and as well as the drone, but he will scan out just in time. Ego is up 1 onto Scary now. 1 hell, he spotted it. Also 1 on main. Here comes the knife being popped by Vera. Tempz is taken out. This after this movement from Vera didn't really spot JayH just right beside the generator, and it's down to last man standing. That's Ego is. He can make magic happen, but I doubt he can pull that many rabbits out of the hat.
Wall bangs have been actually very, very good. That scan, he has no choice but to get out of the way. JayH so very low, 6 HP left. And as for Egoist, what are you gonna do? They're very aware that he's gonna be coming out from heaven somehow, but pop off with it. crazyguy staying around, didn't manage to catch anyone yet because everyone is still playing offside. That spray from Egoist does a lot of damage. He got 2 despite the flash, but here comes the Hunter's Fury as well as the lockdown. sScary gets 1 for himself. Egoist gets 1 more. Juicy will fight Chrysania in the end. Egoist with the 4. Can we find an ace? Not quite. Bleed. crazyguy not allowing things to happen any longer than it should, and with the Odin no less.
Yeah, the opening up for Egoist is absolutely rudimental to come out to this state. It was going crazy up one side. Bleed still managed to take some form of control before having to deal with the deal with them coming out from. Was it Heaven? I wasn't sure because it was so fast, right? So now with that shot, they know crazyguys on site. Yeah, that's it.
It's gonna go for the plant. At least go for that plant money. Very, very important. 30 seconds, and he has to watch 2 different areas. Does get 1. But traded out in return.
Good double pick at the same time. You know that you're going up against an Odin.
In Malaysia, Singapore is actually quite refreshing to see.
Yeah, it really could be anyone because tier 2.
Here comes Vera!
Vera saw Tempz is back there with the doubling.
Snap holding this very nasty corner. Unfortunately, does not get any kills, but does whittle 2 players down. There's also the Hunter's Fury. Just kind of give them a little bit more space. No kills as well.
Still, the tag is enough to show a couple of them on site. Deryeon is so low.
Deryeon always playing these very nasty angles and corners. That fragment did not flush him out.
Yeah, they think that someone was close up with the Heaven, so maybe a wrong decision, but we can't really fault that. There was a smoke in the way, but the moment now is about to point out. He had too many targets to choose from and too little time. Got a paranoia from sScary to be ready. JayH doesn't really have to but they're moving in for this retake. JayH opens up hot, 54 HP left, and this is the move in.
JayH with 2. He's doing so good right now. 3, he gets 4, gets stopped. Chrysania and 13 HP left. Both of them so very low. The sprays come through. He is just gonna try and just whittle it down. Halfway to go. Pros don't fake. He has no clue where he is. Finally finds it, and there we go. They get immediately. The shrekking begins. Whittles down one of the members of Bleed.
Not enough for the kill because
not enough for the kill. And here comes the null command, and the one that wins this time is Juicy's. Vera and Chrysania.
Wow.
1 each, 2 each. sScary trades out, and Tempz get 1 more. This aggression coming through is just sScary left. He still gets 1. They need the isolation. Tempz only has 5 HP. Very, very doable. But what are you gonna do here? sScary running for his life. He does have the spike. 1 versus 1. Who is gonna win this? He's gonna throw in that he does get scanned by the ball. Has to reposition. He has 1 minute left. He has a lot of time to play this. But in this situation, what are you gonna do? Because sScary gets a 4K. Beautifully done. A clutch to end the series.
Another clutch in the books, by the way. This will mark it the end there.